Hi, my name is Pai Chu, and this is the 5-minute window into life, God, and the Bible. The Old Testament was originally written in Hebrew, the New Testament was originally written in Greek. In the Old Testament, there is one Hebrew word that is frequently translated as worship. In the New Testament, there is one Greek word that is frequently translated as worship. Both this Hebrew word and this counterpart Greek word in the New Testament literally means to bow down, to kneel down, to fall down before, to fall prostrate before. When we take the original meaning of the Hebrew or Greek word, we will understand that worship does not mean something Christians do on a Sunday morning. It does not literally mean hymns or songs we sing, looking up to the screen, raising up our hands. It does not literally mean a set pattern rather of steps in a religious place. Worship might include all of these things, but the definition of worship cannot be reduced to each one of them. When we look at such a definition of worship, we can understand why the response of Daniel's three friends to Nebuchadnezzar is crucial. Daniel chapter 3 verse 16 to 18. Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego replied to him, King Nebuchadnezzar, we do not need to defend ourselves before you in this matter. If we are thrown into the blazing furnace, the God we serve is able to deliver us from it, and he will deliver us from your majesty's hand. But even if he does not, we want you to know, your majesty, that we will not serve your gods or worship the image of gold you have set up. Nebuchadnezzar has created this huge statue of gold 27 meters high for everyone in the kingdom to bow down before. The authorities point to Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, Daniel's friends, who as Jews will not bow down before this statue. If these friends are burned in the furnace, there is every chance that the rest of the Jews in the kingdom will be next. The three friends make a bold statement. The God whom they serve is able to deliver them from it. This God liberated them from Egypt by the miracles of the Passover and the parting of the Red Sea. This God helped them to move into the land they were promised by driving out the tribes in the land. The God of Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego saves. This saving God has revealed himself to them, and they respond by worshiping him and no other image. But even if he does not, we want you to know, your majesty, that we will not serve your gods or worship the image of gold you have set up. They worship God even if he does not deliver them from the fiery furnace. Now, we know that God does deliver them from the fiery furnace. But what if he did not? Does this mean that God failed them? Sometimes God chooses not to save us from the fiery furnaces of life. He decides to let us go through the fire for reasons only God knows. Can we still worship him? Many Christians had prayed that Dietrich Bonhoeffer, a German pastor known for his theological writings and resistance to Hitler, will survive the Second World War. However, he is executed on April the 8th, 1945, 2 weeks before the Allies liberate his prison. These were his last words. This is the end for me, the beginning of life. This is the end for me, the beginning of life. Bonhoeffer worships God even in those difficult circumstances. Are we able to worship God when life is tough?